is from Bird to West Waxley. And we received this letter on August the 8th, 2025. And the reason that we asked Mr. Cooper to come forward is because the city of Patterson did a study rate study for sewer and water about a year and a half ago, and we implemented our first increase in sewer and water last year. Now we're going into our second phase. But we received this letter, which is separate from the sewer commission, and they made a decision. It said, to whom it may concern, effective October 1st, 2025, we will be increasing the cost of sewer treatment from $3.60 per 1,000 gallons to $5.10 per 1,000 gallons. This is a $1 increase for treatment and a 50 cent for repair replacement. The last increase was in 2023. This increase is due to the higher utility costs, aging facilities, increased labor costs, increased costs of chemicals, maintenance, and general cost increase of operating expenses, and signed by Mr. Chris Cooper. So I've asked Mr. Cooper to come and explain how did they come to this. I'd love to know that this is separate from what the city.
Right. I don't know if everybody's familiar, but as you said, we collect all the wastewater, everything from the Chapelizod River to the Calumet Cut. We bring this into the facilities through a number of pump stations, pipelines, what have you, and then we treat it and release it. The big issue we've had is this, the infrastructure, this whole system is aging terribly. It's in very bad shape, and it's been neglected for many, many years. There's been basically very little to no maintenance done. It was just patched and repaired as needed. You know, and we have so many pump stations that are failing. I mean, we had one here in Patterson we just had to repair, you know, $300,000. We're doing one in Berwick. We have pipelines all over that are bad, and a small sample last year, this little storm, and that's the first thing we've had since I've been on this board, that we supposedly had all these pumps, that's emergency pumps. Well, none of it works. It's all run down, never been repaired, never been taken care of. So, you know, we've had to rent $70,000 worth of pumps to just get us through that little storm last year. So all of our old pumps we had, we've been repairing. We replaced some of them with some used ones we bought. Come to find out, our generators at all these facilities are broken, you know, to the point of no return. We've had to go out and buy generators. We've patched up other generators. You know, we've had so many major problems that we're just trying to get resolved to make this place dependable. When you have people that are having to work, you know, day and night on and off to just get a pump station where to run, you know, just make it through the day, through the night, it's just, it's deplorable. I mean, it's terrible. You know, we just, the last year and a half, we spent a lot of money, you know, getting all this stuff back into shape, but we've got a long way to go. And, you know, we've had a few violations with the DEQ. We worked them out. You know, we made what improvements we had, but all this costs money. And then we have to remember that prior to 2023, there had never been a rate increase, so I'm told it's been at least 15 years. So in the last, since, you know, there was a one in 2023, and now this one, so, you know, technically we're probably not even where we need to be yet. Now there is a rate study plan, but I know you all know LRWA is running way behind. But you know, the simplest way to put it is right now, we're broke. You know, we're just doing what we can. We made a lot of progress the last few years, well, the last year and a half, but You know, got a long way to go.
And I appreciate you coming, and this is not to bash you or anything. This is my first time meeting you. And to receive to whom it may concern, that was something that, and I know we do have representation on the board, and I have not even heard from the person who represented Patterson on the board to even tell us that this was coming down just to receive this letter.
Right.
So that was like a slap there, to whom it may concern, right? The other thing is to come up with those numbers without a rate study, without any data evidence to actually support this. That's another thing. Mm-hmm. And then after speaking with someone who actually was in the beginning stage of the board, because I'm understanding this is a whole practically new board.
It's basically all new.
And I know where you stand, because for Patterson for years wouldn't raise his gas rates. Mm-hmm. And then when I had to raise the gas rate, well, not I, but when we had to raise the gas rates in 2012 and so forth, we were so far behind catching up, but we did it in increments. But to receive this letter, as to say effective, October 1st, this was forced down our throats and so forth. So that's why I had to come, because our public, who's very vocal south of the rail, they should be here, hearing this, that our rates are going to be totally different from this. And I don't think this is really going to hurt the seniors as much that we mainly are concerned about, simply because they have to pinch pennies and decide on groceries, and they're meeting the per 1,000 gallons, and they're very concerned.
But that's it's per 10,000. Per
10,000, so you got a misprint here, okay? So you have the younger people who just flush, and it's going to call up here and accuse us. So that's why I wanted you to appear.
Right.
So those minds and those mouths that get there in Bass City Hall and about the rates, that this was something we were not involved in. This is being crammed down our throat. There's two things that I didn't like. We didn't meet. We were just told. Mm-hmm. And the other thing, there's no data to support this. Yeah. Council speak. I shouldn't be just the only one speaking.
Mr. Cooper, do you guys have some sort of maintenance schedule for your equipment that you follow?
Well, honestly, no. There has never been one. That's the whole problem with all this. I mean, when you have everything that's, I call it junk. I mean, to make it simple, it was never maintained like it should. This is my background. I come up, in the maintenance world. And when I first got on this board and you start looking at this, it's just like, this is unbelievable. I can't believe this has really happened to a facility which takes care of all these people. If this goes down, it's a heck of a problem to these citizens. I mean, if you have no sewage, you have a problem. And once we kind of got a newer board together, and the whole outlook on things has changed, and we've spent a lot of money, but we have a long way to go to just get it back to what I would call adequate. Another thing, you look at these lift stations we have all over. Just since I've been on board, in 2 years, 2 of them have basically collapsed, become unusable. The one here on Taft Street and one in Berwick. And we don't even know how many of the other ones, because they've never been looked at. How many more of these do we have? We have a little over a mile of bad pipeline in Berwick we have to change, that we're constantly patching. We have these kind of problems everywhere now.
Speaking with someone who just retired from the parish, and who, as I said, was an organizer of this, he basically was saying, of course, everybody say Patterson has grown and this, that, and the other, but a lot of this should have been taking place as the city was growing. Also about a lot of infiltration and so forth. There's infiltration. How can it be said Patterson uses more, treated more, when the equipment and everything is outdated? But it was stated that before doing this, that board should have actually went back to the public. And what is it, the sales tax? If Patterson has grown, which we know, South of Rail wasn't there when all this was organized. They should have been going back and forth to the public instead of priding themselves on not raising taxes. Because this right now, you know, it seems like we know our reasons why we're doing it. We had to study. But right now, the public is saying, oh, everybody's doing this because of the situation that we're in, and they're just doing it just because. But it's the ladies up front and the phone calls that we're going to get.
I don't think it's enough time for us, like you said, I agree that we get this and then we're expecting them to just fork it out. I don't think it's enough time to even process. And like Councilman Weinbach said, what type of rate, what type of restrictions and guidelines are we going to follow?
Will you all be doing a study anytime soon?
We've never gotten a confirmation exactly when, but when it was scheduled, 2 months ago, they told us approximately 8 months.
8 months.
And then the thing is, you know, technically, we cannot wait this.
Yeah, they seem to have been wanting to help as much as they can. It seems like they could have a good turnaround.
Randy just came from the workshop, and they chose along with Steve.
Yeah, they talked of, like I said, now with the new rules in the water sector, they requiring everybody to have one every 5 years, and they've been so backed up and, you know.
Sure.
You can have your accountant, certified accountant, do your water study, rate study, but they have guidelines for it. Any financial institution can do it for you. LRWA will do it for you, but they will charge you to expedite it for you.
I honestly feel that this shouldn't be passed. Y'all, this shouldn't have been passed without any data, anything to support it. This is me, I don't vote for it.
Well, you know, it's like this, it don't pass, we go broke. I mean, it's that simple. We're not paying bills now, you know.
Is it just Patterson that's increasing the rate?
No, everybody.
You got Burke's there back there.
Everybody.
From
Basically, Berwick, Bayou Vista, Patterson, and then unincorporated, which is sewer water 3.
If and when, are we gonna get an updated letter saying that it was, or 10,000?
Yeah, right.
Instead of,
Yeah.
like, were we supposed to have that already?
I don't know if she sent that or not, I don't
I
know.
can tell you she did.
Yeah.
No.
I have a question for you, Mr. Cooper.
Okay?
We're increasing the O&M budget.
Right.
Operating and maintenance budget.
Yep.
What's to assure us that the budget and the maintenance will go any differently than what it did in the past? I mean, we've been paying for that too.
Well, sure, I mean, you're welcome to come to any of our meetings, we'll be happy to show you, you know, anything, you know.
We're broke, but we didn't break you.
No.
We paid for it.
Yeah.
So what's to ensure us, what's the new O&M regulations on maintenance schedule that's put in place that we're paying for?
Well, there's no regulations, but we are in the process of putting these maintenance.
There is compliance, there is regulations.
Well, we're in the process of putting maintenance programs and all this together.
But you can't charge something that's not put in place. You can't blindly just charge the public when there's nothing to back up what they're paying for.
Well,
That's stealing, that's robbery. That's
I
what
mean,
that's called.
it can be interpreted any way you want, you know, I'm just saying,
But you gotta show
You know.
maintenance and a budget, and you gotta show a maintenance schedule. You telling me the pumps are broken, you telling me the pipelines are broken, you telling me you're broke, but you charging money because something was mismanaged. So,
How long is this board been, this new board, how long have you guys been in place?
I'm probably, well, there's one that's been on there more than me, I came on in the end of 2022. And everybody else has been 8 months, 9 months.
You're also in the learning process as well, and the growing and the.
Yeah.
Who runs the day-to-day operations of this board?
We have a superintendent who's been there like 30-something years,
Who?
Mickey Carmouche.
well, let me ask you this. Then. Okay, so you're asking for a rate increase now. You're doing a rate, you're
rate study in about 8 months, there's a possibility that we can go up even more.
Right. Well, yeah, it's a possibility, but you know,
But it's a simple question, what's going to change? You can't keep raising people's rates and not changing what got you there in the first place.
that's being changed. We're fixing this stuff now.
Yeah, but how did we get in this position? We're missing the point. We paid for this broken junk. We're broke stuff for 30 years. So what happened then? I mean,
You had a lot of miscommunication between an old board and a superintendent. And I don't want to blame all the board, but the superintendent, who was basically the only employee, was not truly informing this board of all the issues they had. And then all of a sudden, this comes to light of all these problems, you know.
We have Mayor Duval from Berwick who would be impacted by this.
We feel the same way you do. It's just, when you get something like that, we had a council meeting the next day, we got it in the mail, saying the rate increase was gonna go up to 42%. I mean, that's almost absurd, it really is. I mean, you know, I want to help the sewer board too, but y'all are drawing money right now. Y'all getting money for all the water and sewer that goes down our lines. We pay y'all about a month for that. It's a pretty substantial amount of money. Now, what in the heck they do with it, I have no idea. You're just taking care of sewer, okay? You're not putting a baseball game, field up, you're not paving a road, you're taking care of sewer. And I would think that y'all would have that down to a science, but apparently it's not. And I think a lot of it rests on the shoulders of the superintendent. You know, I really do. And like
He's the captain of the ship.
I mean,
He's the captain of the ship. You don't
Right now, he
fire,
is.
you don't fire the deckhand. You don't run the deckhand off when you run the ship on the beach. The ship's on the beach. And I got a mother on a fixed income just like everybody else. You know, you can't just send her a letter and tell her, hey, you owe me more money. She ain't using no more, she ain't using no less, but
I'm
some
not
of
going
us
to
have
deny that, but I
multiple
mean, we have to
families.
look at the thing. What did we do?
No, but.
You know, I mean, I agree with you 100%. I'm not denying that.
Question, what's going to change on a maintenance schedule that won't put us here 10 years from now, 5 years from now?
Because maintenance will happen in the future.
I don't believe that.
You know.
I don't believe that.
But you're welcome to come to, we have it
I
meeting
love
every
it.
month. You're more than welcome to come
The biggest
to.
line in the world is the checks in the mail.
You're welcome to come. I don't know what else to tell you, you know.
Maybe we ought to see some kind of maintenance schedule. I mean, it's only fair, we're paying for it.
But, and
I
you
I
will.
maintain all of my equipment. I gotta report to clients, and we're the clients.
Yeah.
I have to report to my clients every month what I'm doing to move their gas and their oil. I gotta tell them every month. I gotta tell them when the pump stations are calibrated. I gotta tell them when the compressor stations are moving gas. I gotta tell them something every day, every month. And they pay for it. They pay for that service, so we're paying for that service.
And it will happen, but we have to get to this point.
No, we got to
But
this
it's never
point.
been done, you just can't jump overnight and do
No,
it.
you can't, but you've been paid for since it started.
Can't put overnight and expect us to.
No, I mean, I don't understand what's gonna change. That's it, I
You know,
mean,
I don't know what to say. I mean, you're welcome to come do whatever. I mean,
I know you're in a bad position,
You know?
Mr. Cooper, you are.
I didn't cause this.
No,
I'm
you
just trying
didn't
to,
cause it,
you know.
but you can't represent it, and I know you can't love it.
And you were not called to be put on it. It was just for the simple fact, we didn't know what was going on. You received this letter. No one made a phone call. As I said, we have a representative that I haven't seen yet. That Representative Patterson never told us this was coming. Okay, when I spoke to the mayor for Berwick, no one said anything. We just got the letter. Now, I need the public to know this is effective. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
And the
Because
citizens.
we're gonna get the bill. Regardless if the council decide that we don't have no choice with this. Because this has been passed by their board and we're gonna get that bill. And if you, how many days late? Is how much percent?
Within 15 days, you get fined 10% late fees.
Of your bill.
And your bill's run 30, 40.
And how much is our bill per month?
30, 40,000.
34,000. So we'll be charged 10% if the citizens, we don't have no choice but to,
If it's 1 day late.
One day late. One day.
And the backup, that was put into effect because the city of Patterson would get 2 and sometimes 3 months behind on their bill.
Well, that was past the county that we didn't really.
And it's been corrected, it's been great here the last number of months.
It has been
It has.
corrected, and you have been receiving payments 2 and 3 weeks in advance.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
You've
Definitely.
been paid well ahead.
That was the
of time.
only reason that was put in effect, we had to do something.
Can that change since we're in good standing? If we're gonna readdress everything else, why don't we readdress that?
But the thing about it right now is that, because Andrew's coming up right after, because now what our rates were, we have to tweak this in an ordinance form. We don't have a choice. And then once your rate study come back, then you're gonna come back and give us another rate. I think a town hall meeting and everything else should have been held with this. And I'm not, but since you're the one I received the letter from, and you're the one that they put there, just brush it off after you leave here. But it's just, it's your board. They didn't do it.
Okay, so, Mr. Cooper, this is definite. You all will be doing this effective October.
Well, we have to do something.
So
I
it's a
mean,
yes or a no?
yes.
Okay, that's all I
You
need to
know, I know nobody likes it. I mean, you gotta realize, I live here too, I gotta pay it too, but it's either this or we have to start cutting services, and then you think you're gonna receive some complaints now, wait till somebody can't flush their toilet. You know, you're gonna really hear it then.
Okay, so at this time, thank you, Mr. Cooper.
And I wanna invite, you know, the gentleman was talking, I mean, anybody is more than welcome to attend any of our meetings. I mean, we can show you every penny where it's at. I mean, that's
Your next meeting is?
tomorrow night, actually. Technically, it's the first Monday of the month. Because of the holiday, we moved it. It's tomorrow night.
Thursday.
Patterson Civic Center, 6 o'clock.
Chris, it's Thursday night.
What?
Thursday night, 4th.
I thought we moved it to Wednesday.
To the 4th.
Okay, all right, well, I'm sorry. Thursday night. All right.
Thank you. So at this time, we're going to have Andrew come forward. We're going to